Hello everyone, this is the LEGO Friends Drifting Diner, part of the new little motoring theme that they're doing for 2018. I really like this theme, and I like things that are related to food preparation in LEGO, so this combines a couple of good things in my opinion. Let's see how well they did, starting with the main build for the diner itself. From the outside, I think this looks pretty good. I like some of the details used here, especially that big burger sign that you actually build. I like the use of the white and black checkerboard pattern in a few places, which is a reference to both the finish line of a race and also just a design that was used in a lot of classic diners. This is kind of your main floor entrance, but then they also kind of have a drive-up window you could see over here, or possibly just the drive-up service window where service people would go and they would pick up a notepad and a pen from there and then go out to people's cars, and they would just come back to pick up the order once it's done and take it to people's cars. You know, depending upon what type of diner you consider this to be. I think a lot more people will be familiar with drive-throughs, so you can just drive right up to that window and kind of use that as your play pattern. They've got a nice mixer over here, which is important. I don't think that LEGO does that very frequently, doing mixers for milkshakes, because if you're going to have an American-style diner, classic-style diner, you have to have milkshakes. And, you know, they've got some materials there. I guess this could be considered a cupcake here, or it could just be materials to put into a shake, and they have one that's already made there, although it looks like it's more of a float with maybe a clear soda used beneath. The pieces just don't go all the way down into the glass. But look, they have the sit-down bar area. You know, got the breakfast bar. A lot of diners have this. It's kind of a classic part of that theme in real life. And they've got the breakfast grill there with a couple of the realistic-looking small printed tile egg pieces. I love those pieces so much. You have some condiments here also, which, thanks to the availability of these newer pieces, look better scaled, I think, to the figures than ever. Notice that this piece over here was a cash register, and then they've got this car-themed booth to sit at for sit-down eating. Now, there is only one sit-down booth, and it really will only fit one single person, but you can also put two people at the bar. So in total, you can seat 3 customers in this as it is, and it's easy to add a little bit of additional modification with just some simple pieces to add more seating as well. Now, over there at the seat where Andrea is presently, she has a nice burger, which is built up. Nice to get that actually built. Does not have a sesame seed bun, though. I'm surprised they didn't use the existing print that they had for that inverted tan round tile there. But you also get a nice stack of fries that are in a takeout box. Always looks good, and I hope to see more of those yellow colored formerly gem or crystal pieces made available, because they look like perfect LEGO fries. Up above, you also get to see on the inside a little bit of the menu, kind of the quick drive-through menu, just for, you know, simple orders. I feel like this could be faced outward, perhaps. It would make a little bit more sense, since nobody's going to be facing towards the front door from the outside to see the menu there. So you might want to put that in a different place, just kind of orient it a little bit differently. But that is just about it for this diner. Notice that, well, that's obvious by now, it's very open in the back. It doesn't bother me too much because everything has good access to get your fingers in there to actually play with this. It would be nice to have a roof piece to put over the top of this, or possibly one additional wall, but you know, doing stuff like that does require adding extra pieces to a set, which makes it much more expensive and tends to get in the way of play. When kids want to get in and play with things, they want to be able to, you know, just get right to it. So I think this actually works out pretty well, even though it's not enclosed. The other main build in the set is a drive-in theater, a very small one, but effective with the build there. They use a very large sticker to represent the movie screen, a couple of stickers off to the sides to represent speakers, and again, they have a big built sign to represent food. In this case, it's a container of popcorn, and they also give you a figure scaled box of popcorn down here. They use a couple of the white newer flower pieces to represent popcorn, and one single transparent yellow piece to represent butter, you know, just to make it seem a little bit more flavored up. I think that works out okay. You can leave out the butter if you want. It's up to you. But they also have a single can included in the set with the printed top on it, which is nice. No branding on the can itself, but that's fine. But the best thing about this is that it's designed to also hold a phone. So you can just place your phone right there. Start up a movie, start up a video on it, maybe something related to Friends, maybe anything that you want. And it looks like a little movie theater. And then you can drive your different people up in their own cars and watch it like a proper drive-in. It really helps to just add life to the scene if you do that, if you do have a phone available. I think it'll also hold a small tablet, probably larger tablets, so might lean back a little bit. But it's such a simple, basic idea that makes so much sense. And I think that a lot of kids are going to take advantage of that and enjoy it. There is one car included in the set, and it is Andrea's go-kart. If you want, you can imagine these to be more serious, larger open-wheel racers. You can imagine them to be street cars if you want, just a convertible. But officially from Lego, they're considered to be go-karts that are racing this season around. But this looks pretty good. It looks fun. I like the shaping of it. It doesn't look incomplete to me. It really has a specific theme for this specific character with the colors that are used, and also with the kind of boost that's set up back here. She's got the speakers because she's all into music, so you got speakers back there, and you can imagine this in kind of the classic Mario Kart sort of world where you can pick up different boosts and do different special effects, for a limited time. So I think that's cool. Just adds a little bit of extra fun to it. If you don't want that, if you want to imagine this being more realistic, you can just think of all of that as just being engine back there, or you can leave it off entirely and maybe just put a couple of the gray stud pieces in place of that entire assembly. But this is perfectly fine. The figure fits in there perfectly fine. Again, I think it looks good. It has just one single sticker, and it does the job. Lastly, they also have a launcher for cars included, and this one is themed specifically to Andrea. And this is just to help you to start a mock race. So the idea is you would get this lined up just right, so it's just in the right place. The car will actually slot in just a little bit, and then all you have to do, I recommend that you put a finger down, at least a finger down at the base here, and then just hit this. Or you could also just hit it from here without stabilizing it. Maybe you could hold it from the sides. The idea is that you can push this and off goes the car, and that actually works really well. Another simple mechanism, but again, it does its job. I like that. Here are the characters in this set. Obviously, Andrea on the left gets the new mold for a helmet there, which has hair built into it. That's just molded in. And yet it still has a hole on the back. Actually goes all the way through, as you can see, but that will accommodate a mini peg style accessory, so you can put a bow on her hair or anything, even with the helmet on. That's pretty good. In the center is Dottie, and she has roller skates, showing you that even if you have gray hair, you can still rock roller skates perfectly fine. And on the right is the parrot named Pepper. I believe that is Andrea's parrot there. And all of these look great, and there's a special surprise. Well, first of all, I like the hairpiece that's also included for Dottie, but Andrea does not need to always have her helmet on, because wouldn't that be awkward if she went into the diner and had her helmet on? Well, I already showed you that she went into the diner with her helmet off, because they do include in the set a hairpiece for her normal new hairpiece, which is very good. I appreciate the option being there. They don't force you to go either direction with it. It's just great to have that one extra piece. It makes such a difference. I appreciate it very much. Good decision. Now, this happens to be the first set I reviewed with that new helmet mold, and I wanted to be sure to show you that it does work perfectly fine on regular minifigures as well. However, I do not have hair like that. I want that to be known very clearly as well. This is for demonstration purposes only, and is not necessarily a reflection of real life. Another thing I wanted to point out here is that the helmet is dual molded, and maybe you can't see it all that well here, but I can see it in normal lighting pretty clearly. You can just see the dark color from the hair showing through, which is a little bit off. I wish that that dark brown color didn't come through all the way, because it just kind of, well, it just shows up. It looks a little bit marbled. It looks a little bit poorly done. The set on the whole, though, I think is pretty well done. Normally, I do not like buildings, structures that are open this much, but it feels like it was basically the right decision to make here, because I like having access to all that interior space. This is great. Again, such a simple thing, but it's, I mean, so many kids have their own phones these days, down to rather young ages, so it's just a great way to put together that device that's always in one hand with some physical play items. So, good job on that, not forcing some weird technology together into a set in a way that won't necessarily work. But, good to have that as an option. Yeah, I like the layout of the diner here. I really like the design, the general shape and design of these cars. I look forward to checking out some different ones for some different characters. And the value for this set seems really good as well. So I'm pretty happy all the way around with this one. Hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll be talking to you again soon, because my next video is on the way. Thanks for watching.